Atmosphere frenetic. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, here's a player who can contribute in so many ways, Theo Hernandez. He's shown himself to be not just an effective crosser, but capable of excellent passing from deep, as well as being a pretty decent finisher. Playing for the right team, he probably could get himself into double figures.
Shapes to shoot! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Defending of the desperate variety. And he's there to clear it. And it's Lerma. And here's Hammers. And here's Diaz. Great defending, strong and determined. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Lukumi. Mojica. Lukumi. Mojica. Lerma. And here's Dembele. Played out to the right. Can he shoot? Takes a shot! Goal! France! And France are in front. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
France make the perfect start. They are already ahead. Conte. That's a nicely weighted pass. Mojica gets across to intercept that. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Conte. Doué. Wins the duel this time. Hernandez. Forwards and with intent. He's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Arias. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. Rabiot gets his final warning.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
Oh, he's in! Diaz crosses.
They've certainly set out to cause a problem or two down that left flank. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Gives the defence a decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
Hammers looking for a runner. Hammers is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Now it's Olise. Diaz. And it's Lerma. Tries a deft little ball. Conte. Colombia suffering an early setback and looking to reel it back in.
Well, I would think, Peter, that this team needs help from the experience within. That should help begin the recovery at least.
James Rodriguez. Lerma. And here's Diaz. Mojica. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Elise. Played towards the other side. Now it's Mbappe. Hernandez played out to the left flank. And the shot! Really well taken goal. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. France are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And it's played forward. Colombia disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Moved on forwards. Dembele finds himself offside. And it's James Rodriguez. And the counter is on. Conte. Kante chooses to go cross-field. Rabiot. Mbappe. And here's Dembele. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Lukumi, that's really well manoeuvred. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Diaz. And that has been clubbed away. What a throw in. Mbappe, and here's Dembele. That's tidy. Conte, and here's Doué. Rabiot, real chance! Oh, split-second reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Arias with the clearance. Good take, and it's Doué! Ball comes in. He's got options in the box. Oh, shooting chance! Worth a try. Shame about the outcome.
Dembele clearly felt that he was entitled to try that, and I'm inclined to agree with him. There wasn't anything else on.
And here's Elise. Out to the left it goes. Oh, super find. Goes to finish! Decent enough try. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Gusto. Gusto gets a cross in. Aim forwards. And that's put paid to a promising move. Mbappe. Oh, that's a clever looking ball. And it's played forward.
France, well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Kante chips it through. Arias can get it clear. Doué. And here's Dembele. And he's heaved it away. Doué has found the net here, of course. Oh, perfectly measured that. Can he finish? Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
"3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Colombia going about it patiently, perhaps too patiently. That's really well manoeuvred. No way through there. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now it's Mbappe, and he's got his cross in. And reclaimed it in a trice. Played back in, over to the left. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And here's... Can he finish? Danger averted for now. Moved on forwards. Upamecano does really well to win the ball there. And here's Elise. Wins the duel this time. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Played into space. And here's Diaz. It's a great ball. That's good defending, very good defending. Elise forwards and with intent. Sanchez getting this one clear. Suarez. That'll be a throw-in. Now, what about this cross? Upamecano tries to clear. Hammers goes short. Now here's the delivery. Too much distance on that. Saliba. Colombia, time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Kante has been caught there, it's a foul. That is a little undercooked. That is Conte. Calmly anticipates. Gusto puts a cross in. Can he spark a counter here? Oh, it's come loose. Out for a throw. Olise. Hernandez. Mbappe. Hernandez. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Lukumi. Diaz. James Rodriguez tries a measured ball. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. It's Hernandez. Rabiot. And here's chance! Saliba. And here's Doué. That's very neat. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Well, the clearance is short. Lerma. Diaz. Mojica. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Nice physical challenge. Upamecano. Gusto. Saliba. Conte. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half. Here we go again then.
Colombia really have to pick things up here. Their opponents are going to set up to play on the counter-attack now, which means they're going to have to find ways to draw them out more.
Lerma. Arias played into space. Oh, what a climb! Arrived on cue, but fluffed his line. Lerma. And it's James Rodriguez. Diaz. He's had a shot! Great eFootball, shot and save.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
James, and he has been fouled there. James Rodriguez, it's James! And that is a truly outstanding save. Oh, smashing header! No, he didn't quite meet it right. And back to the keeper they go. Keeper's got good distance on that. Get a throw in. Colombia have a free kick. Upamecano attempts a clearance. And it's Lerma. Out to the right. Lerma. Charging forward, the ball at his feet. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Dembele. A real chance and a real let-off.
France certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking. Arias
Tries making a foray down the right.
Arias
Shifted upfield. Arias. James knocks it out wide. Oh, nice touch. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And it's James Rodriguez. James played out towards the right wing. Turns and goes back. And here's James. James with the short one. Arias. He's having a shot! Gusto, gently done. And he welcomes it in. Dembele, showing good feet. Now it's Doué. Olise. Now who's going to be first to this? And a chance! Cleared away. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. Well, played right into his path. could be danger here. There's the shot. Time to deliver. Goes for a shot. It's anyone's ball now. Cross goes in there. And they've been given a corner. They've played it short. Arias. Oh, he's found him in space. And the shot! Saliba attempts a clearance. That's going to go a long way. Rabiot, that's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Ospina sends that a long way. Elise, excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Gusto.
France look very much like they've got to that time where it's all about closing this one out. Just take the sting out of the opposition.
France have somehow to break through, though. Elise, that's a cute ball. Right, Doué. Doué. Shot, surely! And he should have made it 4.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Time for a change in personnel. Oh, that's neat. That is Conte. Rabiot. Great work on the overlap. Oh, that's well done, really robust. And he's there to get it away. Upamecano. Conte. Dembele. Doué! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Lerma. Cordoba. Oh, good spread. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Rabiot can get it clear. Arias. Out towards the flank. Arias. Very nicely done. And here's Hammers. And the finish! Oh, extraordinary.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Mojica cuts out the pass. Whistle's gone, that's foul. James Rodriguez. Now it's Cordoba, and it's James Rodriguez. Great defending, strong and determined. Doué. Looking here to chip it through. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Spread out to the left. Mojica. And here's James. Played out to the right. Deflected behind for a corner kick. But there's going to be another change here. James plays it short. And it's Quintero. It's Quintero! And that is great goalkeeping.
Well, talking about playing into your opponent's hands, that kind of thing is not going to get them back into this game.
France can make their change now with a break in play.
I just think that's really good management, introducing one of his younger players when the pressure's totally off, just allowing him some valuable, easy on-field experience time.
Looking for a decent ball in. Short changes him with that pass. Fires it in low. Shot a goal! And the keeper has shown real class. He had to be at his very best. And it's been taken short. Mbappe has created one goal already. Mbappe. Upamecano, aim forwards. Hernandez. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Out to the right. Now it's Olise. James Rodriguez. That is good strength. And he's there to clear it. Quintero. Arias. It's gone out for a throw-in. Dembele. Out to the left it goes. Mojica. Lukumi. That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Gusto.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Moved on forwards. Akliush. And here's Mbappe. And that's surely a foul. Free kick. Quintero. Lukumi. And it's played forward. Out of play for a throw. Gusto. Conte. Rabiot. Gusto. Olise. Akliush. Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Hernandez. And it's gone back to the keeper. Olise. Conte. Saliba. Gusto. Saliba. Conte. Saliba shifted upfield. He's in plenty of space here. Olise. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Colombia are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Rabiot tries to dink it through. Mbappe, and here's Dembele! He can get that clear. Upamecano, aim forwards. Quintero, Juan Quintero, played out towards the right wing. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Dembele. And it's Dembele. Ekitike. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Time added on 4 minutes. Cordoba. Yep, that's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Mignon, long ball by the goalkeeper. Saliba. Conte. Saliba. Conte. Rabiot. Played out to the right. Nice looking ball. Can he latch on to this? Quintero. That's really well manoeuvred. Akliush wins the duel this time. Over to the left. Mbappe. Clears it away. Sanchez. So that's it. It is all over. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
One-sided.